Hey, what's up guys? Before we get into it here today, I just wanted to pop in real quick. Today's episode is from a video I made earlier today based off of some conversations that I've been having recently about stuff that I thought was pretty common sense, and it turns out it's actually one of those things that most people are not doing despite how easy it is, and it's about how to fill the room. I see far too many artists going straight to Instagram, Meta, ads, looking for impressions rather than interacting with humans. And I've just done it differently. I've had a lot of really great mentors in the business world that taught me how to really exhaust my organic marketing long before I even had to look at ads. And oftentimes I didn't even have to get to ads because I got too busy from just the organic networking. So I've got 5 ways to fill a room here in today's episode. If you like this and you want the workbook, just shoot me a note on Instagram. You can find me at Mike the Schwartz. Okay, so follow me over there, DM me, room, said, hey, I was listening to your podcast and I'd like the workbook, and I'll send that right over to you. It's completely free. All I ask is price of admission is to just share it out with somebody you think would be able to use it. If it's an artist, maybe it's a venue, maybe it's somebody that's not even in the music industry. So share it out with somebody you care about. All right. And yeah, that's all I got. Enjoy the show. Peace. Hey, thank you so much for grabbing this. We're going to spend the next few minutes here walking you through the 5 ways that you can fill a room without spending a single dollar on ads. I know, wild, right? Your workbook is on its way to your inbox right now, and I wanted to make sure that you had this as a reference too, just in case you're more of an audio or visual learner. I know it really helps me. And actually, if you want to grab a pen and a piece of paper, if you have one nearby, that will also help. I find writing things down really helps with retention. So we want to give you a couple different ways to take this all in so that you have the best shot at actually putting it into play. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. Strategy number 1, the 50. Just as the number implies and the name implies, every single artist in the world has 50 people who already know their name. Past attendees, old friends, family, that one person who always says, let me know your next time you're playing. You know, we got all these people, right? The move here is really simple. Make the list. Literally write down every single person. Reach out every single one personally before the show. Not a mass text, not a group blast, 50 separate personal messages. A message with a name on it gets answered. 50 of those are going to outsell 500 impressions every single time, guaranteed. Okay. Number 2. This one's really interesting. This is the room before the room. You know, before the show happens, there's usually 20 or so people whose word actually moves the other people. They're known as the connectors, the ones that people trust. You know, the guy who knows the guy. Loop them in early, but not as an announcement, as a heads up. Make them feel like they're a part of the whole thing before it even happens and before anybody else knows about it. They're going to be your cheerleaders. A room fills faster when it is already half talked about before the doors even open. Word of mouth is not luck. It gets handed to the right 10 people first on purpose. Now, strategy number 3, this one's known as the debt. We've all been here. Maybe it's you. Somewhere in your circle, there's a relationship that's sitting unused. Somebody owes you a favor, or somebody maybe you know is worth a favor. Maybe it's a venue owner or a fellow artist, or maybe you owe somebody with a bigger list or a local business that you've been meaning to do a collab with. One direct ask made in person or by phone, I guess, just not buried in a group chat. That doesn't hit. Nobody calls in the favor because it feels uncomfortable. Ask directly. This is why nobody does it and why it still works. Number 4. This is the personal voice note. Goes on off the back end of the last one we just talked about, number 3. We want to send short voice or video messages, even better. Not a text, not a flyer repost, but think about the people that are worth a real invitation. 30 seconds, their name, why the show matters. A genuine ask to be there. It hits different. Voice carries something text can't. Tone, warmth, the sense of why this message was made for that one person, not everybody on your list all at once. I don't know if you're anything like me. When you get a group blast, you know it. maybe it's a DM on Instagram or maybe in a WhatsApp channel, and you know that they're just blasting everybody. And it's not as personal. It's just, I'm actually more likely to approach that person and say, hey, if you're going to spam me with 100 messages, at least get my name right. Not just, hey, bud, like, come on, right? Number 5, know your design, know your people. This one's interesting as well, and one that's very, very unknown. Every person is wired differently for how they like to be reached and invited. Now, some people are built more to initiate. Some people are built to wait and respond when it feels right. Understanding that for yourself and for the people that you're reaching out to changes how the ask lands. The same message doesn't land the same way with everybody. We know that. And knowing how to send something that is actually built for that person can totally change the way that they feel seen or how they even respond. Sometimes you just won't get a response, and that's just because you didn't hit the way that they appreciate being approached, or even worse and even easier at the same time, you didn't deliver the way that you're designed to. Okay, so knowing how someone is actually built to receive an invitation rather than guessing is literally the difference between an ask that feels pushy and one that actually feels natural and usually gets a better result. Now, that is the rundown. 5 ways to fill a room. No ad spend required. If your workbook has not landed in your inbox yet, or if something went sideways on your end, just check the description down below. I've put it down there. There's a link that'll get you a copy, okay? That's free. Here's the price of admission. Subscribe and share this out with one friend that you actually care about, somebody that you think could use this. Save it, follow along, and keep an eye out for the next swap, because there are plenty more where this one came from. Thanks for being here. Peace.